But Microsoft is attempting to acquire Activision Blizzard for $70 billion. That's a lot of money.
I'm holding back the loudest groan of my life. I am so irritated by this.
So like the deal won't close until around 2023, so there's a chance it might not go through. But there's competition, and then there's a monopoly. I love Xbox, and their Bethesda acquisition was a smart move. But now with Activision and Blizzard, they would have way too much power. That would, mean tons of popular third-party games might be exclusive to Xbox. And that just doesn't sit right with me. And this isn't a like, oh, but if Sony did it, it would be okay type of thing. No, if Sony did this, I would also be upset because I don't like monopolies no matter who it is. Like, I like a lot of stuff Disney makes, but they're damn near a monopoly. And I don't like that. Like, they purchased 20th Century Fox. Like, and now Microsoft is being the game equivalent of Disney right now. And I don't like that. How you feeling, brother?
I hate this so much. It's already bad enough that they bought Bethesda, which say what you will about that, but I mean, like, I was okay with it until they said that Elder Scrolls 6 was going to be Xbox exclusive. And
everything Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, no, now, like, that makes me so irritated. And I hear the argument of if Sony did it, it would be okay. No, it wouldn't, because there's a difference.
It wouldn't.
They bring up Spider-Man all the time, but there's a difference between taking a character and taking an entire like multi-franchise like games that have been on both systems previously since these games have been out. There's a major difference there. Exactly. That's not cool. I would not be okay if Sony did that because that's not cool. Regardless, that just limits gamers altogether.
And when you remove the competition from the board, things become stagnant. The reason competition exists and the way the economy works is so that they're constantly pushing each other to be better. And if there's no one there to push you to be better, you get stagnant. You know what else happens? Prices go up because there's nobody they're competing with to be cheaper, so that more people buy their thing. Therefore, they could drive the prices up because where else are you going to get your video games? Huh? Nowhere except Xbox. So we could make you pay $700 for our console and you guys say anything about it. So like, yeah, monopolies suck and it's illegal. So hopefully this doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't go through because it has not gone through, unlike a lot of headlines would make it seem. They have not bought Activision Blizzard. They are attempting to buy Activision Blizzard, and it won't go through until around 2023. So hopefully this doesn't happen. So it's all bad, but the only good thing that I could think of is maybe we could get Prototype back, which is an Activision game. And if nobody knows what Prototype is, it was an open world character.
I love Prototype.
You play as Alex Mercer, a man who possesses powerful shapeshifting abilities, superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, senses, endurance, weaponry, and the abilities to consume people, gain their memories, their skills, and their appearance. It was essentially, for all intents and purposes, a Venom game, and it was fun as hell. And there were two of them. And imagining that game with today's tech, it could be amazing. Honestly, I would settle for just a remake of the first game. But if you made a new one, dude.
I heard rumors of a remake, but like that never came through. Like I'm like, where's my remake? That game was so awesome. And I'll always be salty for what they did in the second game because I like Alex as a character, and they just made him a villain in the second game. I'm like, no.
But like honestly, I'm really hoping that Insomniac does what they did with Miles Morales and like make a Venom game after the second Spider-Man game and make a Venom game where you play as Venom in New York or whatever city they decide to put it in. Maybe they even do Venom in San Francisco or something so that it makes sense that Venom's active and Spider-Man's not around to stop him. That could be interesting. Also, I feel like it's a foregone conclusion that we're probably going to end up getting anti-Venom because you have Negative Man, you have Venom. Eventually something's going to happen. And, anti-Venom's going to become a thing. But yeah.
With all this like Insomniac universe of games, And I'm of course everyone's gonna know I'm gonna want a Superior Spider-Man game, obviously, at some point, or like a Superior Spider-Man spinoff or something where he's in San Francisco. Yes. But like, and of course I'm gonna want that. That might even happen. Honestly, it's not all that far of the realm of possibility. I want a 2099.
Yeah, I want. Oh my dude, we talked about this before. I want 2099 so bad because he can kind of fly, but also the city would have more verticality, which would be so cool. You know, I love me some verticality in video games. And it's Spider-Man. So swinging around would be even better with higher, taller buildings. And it would just be
imagine the tricks that you'd be able to pull off once you master the traversal between like the flying cars and the super high buildings. Oh my god, that game would be so good.
It would be so good. And also, what was I thinking? I would want them to, with this Superior Spider-Man storyline, I want them to do a Clone Saga, right? And I want that Clone Saga to end with like Superior Spider-Man becoming a thing. But like, I think them doing the Clone Saga in the movie universe could work. And it
would work really well. I mean, they've already hinted at it really heavily with the end of the first game. And then they said that the reason they didn't put the Superior Spider-Man suit in the first game was because it would be too weird because Doc Ock was the villain. And then the Spider-Geddon tie-in with Superior going to the Insomniac universe and picking up Insomniac Spider-Man for the event. They like it's guaranteed at this point that we're at least gonna get Superior in a game, but I want him to have his own game. Like I don't want them to do what Marvel did, which I'm still pissed about, where they gave him all this character development and then just had him return to the status quo. And I'm like, that was ridiculous. That was over like 10 years of character development down the drain. Like no.
Superior Octopus in San Francisco doing his thing.